cut, stunning, sculpture, luck, sun, lovely, sun, honey, country. Cat, that, have, barrier. Artist, park, arm, glasses, half, guard, heart. Met, went, lent, fed, weather, ready, said, friend. Personal, Serbia, bird, dirty, further, turn, work, word, learn, journalist. New directions in art. Before, when people went to exhibitions, they could always identify what type of work they were looking at. When they were contemplating a beautiful painting, for example, they said, "What a stunning picture! How lovely!" Or if they saw a sculpture that didn't make a big impression on them, they might have said, "This sculpture leaves me cold." But they always knew what kind of work they were looking at. Now, however, things are not so clear. When you see work that has been created by Louise Bourgeois, for example, you might think that you're in a home decoration store. She created works in the form of rooms that are explored by visitors to the exhibition. Damien Hirst, a contemporary British artist, has produced works based on animals that are preserved in chemical fluid. Some people think that this is disgusting and it makes them feel ill. In a word, it really turns them off. But even if you like his work, it's certainly not traditional art. Gerhard Richter and Marina Abramovich have also broken down the barriers between what is and isn't traditionally considered art. Richter's early work consisted of paintings that were based on black and white photographs. Richter first carefully drew over the photo to reproduce the exact shape. After that, paint was applied. Richter creates different effects with the paint in order to make the image personal and striking. But what is it, a painting or a photo? Marina Abramovich from Serbia is a very different type of artist. She is a performance artist, and her art is created live in front of spectators. In 2010, Abramovich performed The Artist is Present at the Museum of Modern Art in New York. Every day for 2.5 months, she sat still while spectators were invited to sit opposite her. It's difficult to know what directions will be taken by artists in the future. Will we go back to more traditional styles? Or will artists continue to produce new and complex works that make us say, "How confusing," or even, "I just don't get it"?
What are you doing?
I'm painting a picture.
What type of picture is it?
It's a portrait of my mother. It's for her birthday, but she doesn't know. It's going to be a surprise.
Let me see. Oh, how beautiful! What a fantastic painting.
Do you think so?
Yes, I do. You've really got talent.
Have I? Thanks. No one else in my family seems to think so.
Well, don't listen to them. Have you ever sold any paintings?
No, I've never tried.
Have you got any more paintings?
Yes, I've got all sorts. Portraits, landscapes, and still lifes. Do you want to have a look?
Yes, of course.
So, what do you think?
These are great. I've got a friend who works in an art gallery. I'm going to phone her right now.
Are you? Really? How exciting!
Judy, what type of work do you do?
I'm a professional photographer.
And how long have you been doing that?
Let me see, over 40 years now.
Really? What type of photos do you prefer to take?
Well, I've done lots of different types of photos, including still lifes and landscapes, but I really prefer doing portraits.
Why is that?
I think that they're much more expressive and creative.
But can you really be creative when you're taking a portrait with a camera? I mean, you're just taking a picture of someone's face.
Well, in my opinion, good photography isn't completely mechanical. If you take a good portrait, you can communicate all kinds of emotions. It's like doing a painting, really.
I see. Are there any other reasons why you especially like doing portraits?
Well, this may sound strange, but I think that it probably makes me a better person.
Why do you say that?
I'm sure that doing portraits helps me to understand other people better.
Can you explain why?
Well, if you spend 40 years looking at people intensely, it's going to have an effect on you. You're going to become more sensitive to other people.
1.
I'm coming tonight.
Are you?
2.
I'll repair it tomorrow.
Will you? 3.
They want to see you now.
Do they?
4.
I haven't got time at the moment.
Haven't you?
5.
I saw Jackie last night.
Did you?
6.
I wasn't talking about you.
Weren't you? 1.
You're a very good painter.
Am I?
2.
He isn't speaking to me.
Isn't he? 3.
Pete's gone to bed.
Has he?
4.
I'm a very underrated artist.
Are you?
5.
He finished the painting yesterday.
Did he?
6.
Dave works at the museum.
Does he?
The world's greatest forger.
In 1945, he was 39 and life was hard. He had no money, no job, and both his parents were dead. To improve his situation, he decided to go to Paris to work as an artist. His copies were so good that people thought that they were authentic. He was especially good at doing portraits, pictures of people. However, he could also copy other types of work, such as landscapes, pictures of nature, and still lifes, pictures of objects. He always used the same materials as the originals. He usually did oil paintings on canvas, but sometimes he painted watercolors on paper too. In the end, he decided that he would rather work as a forger and use his brush skills to copy other people's work because he could make much more money. Things went well for a few years. In 1952, he had a meeting with Frank Pearls, the owner of an art gallery in Beverly Hills. Dehori brought a large portfolio of his work. However, he told Pearls that it contained unknown drawings without frames by famous artists. When Pearls asked him where the drawings came from, he replied, "I received them when someone in my family died." "Did you?" replied Pearls, very surprised. However, when he examined them more carefully, he became worried. Finally, he returned all the pictures and shouted, "Get out or I will call the police." He continued to sell his imitations for the next 25 years. However, his agent stole most of his money and he died a poor man. After his death, people began to appreciate his work, and his paintings have been exhibited in many museums. Even so, most very rich people would rather pay millions for an original than thousands for a good imitation.
Let me see. There's a woman in an armchair in the middle of the picture. She appears to be at home. She's wearing a green skirt and a white blouse. In the background, there's a green cupboard. I can see some flowers on the right. They're in a yellow vase. Let me see. There's a woman on a sofa in the middle of the picture. She appears to be at work. She's wearing a grey suit. In the background, there's a blue cupboard. I can see some flowers on the left. They're in a white vase.
1,
War.
2,
Hook.
3,
Clue.
4,
Wheel.
5,
Tin.
6,
Lawn.
7,
Neat.
8,
Mean.
9,
Give.
10,
Tool.
11,
Normal.
12,
Pity.
13,
Promise.
14,
Draw.
15,
Tweet.
16,
Watch.
17,
Daughter.
18,
Walk.
19,
Mute.
20,
Suitcase.
Win. Sister. Kick. Mystery. Village. Before. Decide. Pretty. Busy. Build.
E,
Scene. Feet. Seat. Cream. Complete. These. Legal. Receive. Even. People. Machine.
O,
Hot. Bottle. What? Wash.
O,
Form. Boring. Floor. Call. Always. Awful. Author. Cause. Talk. Warm. Bored. Course. Bought. Taught. Book. Took. Foot. Full. Pull. Bush. Push. Could. Would. Good. Put. Sugar.
U,
School. Food. New. Review. Produce. Use. Move. Rule. Grew. Soup. Juice. Blue. Who. A.
well, this really leaves me cold. Two women sitting still looking at each other. What's the point? I wouldn't call this art. If I want to see two people looking at each other, I can go to the park.
B.
This is quite an interesting picture. I wouldn't say it's stunning or lovely, but it's quite striking. I'd like to see more of his work.
C.
I don't call this art. In fact, I think it's quite disgusting. It really turns me off. It looks like a laboratory experiment. I think the artist is having a joke here. I mean, he can't be serious.
D.
I'm sorry, but I just don't get it. This is a collection of red furniture and objects in a very ordinary room. What's special about that? It's not clever, it's not expressive. My living room is much more interesting than this. 1,
Surf.
2,
Dark.
3,
Wet.
4,
Hut.
5,
Fact.
6,
Treasure.
7,
Shark.
8,
Nurse.
9,
Thirsty.
10,
Cab.
11,
Servant.
12,
Feather.
13,
Girl.
14,
Colour.
15,
World.
16,
Again.
17,
Touch.
18,
Handsome.
19,
Earth.
20,
Come.